Hey guys, Troy here from Troysrun.com, running across Canada for brain injury awareness. I just wrapped up day number 45, 40 kilometers, just over 40 kilometers, kind of like a 40.05 or something, so more or less 40 kilometer run today. I wanted to get to you guys right away. I wanted to make this blog instantly because I think I've got a message to share. More or less kind of practicing what you preach. So today, very tough day. I'm not gonna candy coat it. It sucked. As you can see, I'm wet. It rained most of the day. Then it would rain. It would stop. The bugs would come out. I would just get almost dry, and then rain, and then it would repeat. Very frustrating mentally. Every step I was fighting. My hip is pretty sore right now. Again, we're gonna have to get some ice on it. I didn't ice yesterday. I know I should have, but easier said than done, especially when you got a lot of things on your plate. But taking care of the body is, again, like I said, practice what I preach, and I haven't been doing the best of it lately. So more stretching, more icing, and hopefully we get some better response out of tomorrow. Now, the thing about practicing what you preach, today it was so tough, but one thing that I've learned since in the last 45 days specifically, this is something that I knew all along. It's easy to say you know something, but it's harder to live it and prove it. So this whole staying positive and how important it is to stay positive. So we look back on today. A plus 5 hour run. It was 5 hours, 5 minutes. And that didn't include a few stops where I hit stop on the timer kind of thing. So it was about a 6 hour day running, with about, I would say 5 of it, 4.5 of it being rain, right? Every step I felt pain, whether it be in my foot, my right foot, which is pretty swollen right now, obviously from just constant pounding, or the left hip, which is, rather sore right now, and it's a muscle injury, but it's something I hope I can stretch out and get on the foam roller as well. So right there, you add on the time and whatnot, and it's pretty easy to see that I could sit here and I could bitch, basically. I could sit here and just whine, complain, but I can't do that, because you know what? Somewhere out there, and I've met them myself, someone has it worse. Someone has it a lot worse than me. Some people can't even enjoy the fact of running. Some people don't have the joy of walking. Some people can't even get out of bed right now. I'm not kidding about this. It's something that I do take really serious. So here's my steps to cleaning out my head, which I do right after running. People talk about this runner's high. Sadly, when you run 40 a day, you don't necessarily get the same runner's high as you do if you don't run 40 a day. But I mean, you still get a boost. I can't put my mind on it, of course. Of course, I'd lose the word, but what's that called? Anyway, your endorphins. You release endorphins, and they're happy endorphins. So you still kind of get that, and you want to work with that. So all those negative things, here's how I outdo it. I start thinking at the end of my run, okay, Troy, get over the fact. Think of the positives. You just ran 1 kilometer. You just ran 2 kilometers. You just ran 3 kilometers. Boom. And you start counting in your head how many kilometers. So then each little milestone that you hit, you pile it on top of another and another. And at the end of the day, I ran 40 kilometers. So instead of saying in just one thought, I ran 40 kilometers, I'm going to tell myself I ran 1 kilometer, I ran 2 kilometers, and so on. Thus, I'm going to tell myself that it was a lot better than what my mind wants to tell me, that it was, just a simple 40 kilometers. I think I'm rambling, I'm sorry. But earlier today, before starting my run, I met a man, I believe his name was Dan, who he bikes everywhere. I'm not kidding, he bikes about 100 plus a day. Some days more, some days less, but he just bikes, he loves to bike. Tells a great story as well. He's a really positive guy, so I take that and I put that forward. That despite the pain, despite my injuries, despite the poor time, in my mind at least, I got to meet a great guy this morning who was quite influential on me. And then another person stopped mid-run today, just jumped out of his car and ran back and said, hey, oh my goodness, thank you for doing what you're doing. gave me some money for a donation. Said, just keep on going, man. And then took off. So thank you. And then right when I was finishing up the final kilometer today, I ran nearly into the back of a truck, and I was in that mode where everything was just ticking me off, and I was yelling a lot. Well, I kind of slowed it down, and I'm like, okay, I need a drink anyway. So I went and grabbed a drink. I turned around, and out jumps this man, and bam! I gotta say, get this. This is a real name. This guy is one of the most friendly guys that I've met so far. Stone Bear from Tobique. Thank you so much for stopping today. A very generous donation. Didn't have to do it, and we conversed, shared some thoughts, and then I went and finished the last 0.5K in pain. But you know what? Like I said, you start stacking the positives. Every small positive that happens in your day, think about it, create it, believe it, you'd achieved it. All right? Forget about the negative stuff, because it could always be worse. So that's how I do it. And now I'm sitting in an RV, a roof over my head. Start thinking, do you kind of get what I'm saying? So that's kind of my lesson on, I guess, practicing what you preach. If you're going to say something and you're going to tell others to do it, I think it's important that we follow suit. Sometimes, hey, I'm the first to admit, sometimes I break those rules. But I'm trying to show you right now how, I guess, I kind of regain and control my thoughts. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning in today. Find us on Twitter at Troysrun, on Facebook.com/Cross Canada Run, or just search Troysrun. Google us. Tell me what you find. We've got some pretty cool stories. And www.troysrun.com. Thanks for tuning in, guys. And we will stay in touch. Day number 46 tomorrow.